nation! No donation, no salvation!
And remember, respect is everything.
And we're back. And today we are looking at the Legacy United Autobots Sideburn. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to this one. But we'll get into that when we get to the car mode. But here he is in the packaging. The robot mode is great. It's this that I'm not happy about. But we'll get to that when we do the vehicle mode comparison. But without further ado, let's get moving. Alright, here's Sideburn in vehicle mode. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this car mode. I didn't like it on Shadow Striker. I don't like it on Sideburn. It's even worse on Sideburn because it still doesn't look like Sideburn. It's got the paint job and the engine block, but you have to understand, as a car guy and as a passionate Transformers fan, like, this car mode is just so much better. Like, yes, I know it's dated and they can't license the Dodge Viper anymore. I mean, they could have just made like a fake Viper and just not put the logo on it. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know. This car mode sucks. I don't like it. The paint is nice. The details are there. It's just, it doesn't have the shape. And the reason this is important to me is because this is how I identify a character, is through their vehicle mode. You know, their vehicle mode and certain elements of the robot mode is how I identify a character. If it doesn't look right in vehicle mode, it's not going to look right to me, you know, for the character. So, I know it's such a dumb complaint and it's such a me problem. But if you're very partial to the original, then, you know, naturally you're going to have that bias. If you're a car guy like I am. Because, I'm going to be real here. This Dodge Viper, I know to some people this is a dated car mode and this is, you know, stuck in the 2000s. This is still a very pretty looking car. This does not do it justice. Not to mention, my biggest complaint that I had with this figure is the back doesn't even look finished. Like, that is just pathetic. Like, I don't know. At least I can tolerate it more with this character because at least it's supposed to look like this character in car mode. But again, I'm not happy that they share a mold because now she doesn't look like how she's supposed to in robot mode and he doesn't look how he's supposed to in car mode. So it's a give or take kind of thing. Now, if you're not a car person and you don't care about any of that, then you will be perfectly fine with this figure the way it is. Me being a Cyberverse fan, I still don't like this figure because she doesn't look anything like she does in robot mode in Cyberverse, since that's what this is inspired by. But I get why they did it. It's because the original mold was a shared mold with the two characters, so I understand it, but it's hard for me not to be a little biased given my, you know, attachment to the original vehicle mode and just being a car guy in general. But if you know car guys, they're always going to be picky and they're always going to be, you know, very sentimental about things. But there's the car mode. I will say this, though. The detail, the paint is nice. I don't like that the headlights and taillights aren't painted, but the flames and all that is at least, you know, it looks right. But let's get to the figure's saving grace because I really don't want to look at this thing anymore in vehicle mode. Okay, so let's see, we're going to start with the sides here, no pun intended. Go ahead and take that out, because that's another thing I'm not a fan of. Like, okay, I don't mind parts forming, but you're seriously telling me they couldn't remold, like, this back section to look more like, you know, the other car? Like, I honestly would have forgiven it if they just remolded this to be more smooth, to look more like the other car, but again, that's whatever. Okay, go ahead and get the side panels out. Oh yeah, I forgot. God, there's a lot of parts forming with this. This is ridiculous. Actually, no, you probably do need to take that off for transformation, but, I don't know. I normally don't complain about parts forming because, you know, as long as it doesn't affect the quality of the figure, I can live with it because, to me, you know, there's just certain, you know, things that I just take into account when it comes to engineering Transformers, but I don't know, it is what it is. Okay. What you want to do is pull these out, if I can get this crotch to come out. Actually, no, hold on. That's my other problem with this mold. They don't make any... There we go, okay. So you want to grab the legs, pull them out, go ahead and split them. There we go. And that'll come out from the sides there. Go ahead and push on the 2 front bumper sections to get this out. Okay. And then that'll come out. Then fold the legs out like this. Fold the feet down. Then what you want to do is fold these in like that. And then you can fold that in too, which it doesn't seem to want to cooperate now. Of course, only when I do the video. Come on now. There we go. Okay, fold that in. Push that in. Then you want to take all of this, accordion this in. Go ahead and split this out. Then you want to fold that all the way in, collapse it in, and clip that in, and you should be good. Alright, and there is Sideburn in robot mode. Robot mode actually works, because, you know, this is the character it was supposed to be. So I can forgive the robot mode, because at least it looks like the character. Obviously you gotta give them their shield and all that, but, oh crap, which side was it? I think it was this side. I'm just going to use this as a secondary shield of sorts, because it's the only reasonable thing I can think to do with it. But robot mode at least looks good. It looks like Sideburn. It looks like what it's supposed to. Again, I don't like that this shares a mold with Shadow Striker, because, you know, Shadow Striker is supposed to be the Cyberverse version, and she doesn't look like herself in robot mode. Although, granted, he doesn't look like himself in car mode, but that's just because... I don't know. I feel like in their attempts to do that homage of sharing the mold, it acts as a severe detriment to both figures. And, you know, I feel as cool as an idea as it was, I think they should have avoided it. Because if you're a Cyberverse fan and you wanted a good Shadow Striker figure, this ain't it. But if you are an RID fan of the original series, you may like this. Again, if you're not a car person, you don't really care that much about the vehicle mode, this figure is fine. They'll do the job. I'm just personally a little biased because, again, I'm a car guy, so it is what it is. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry this video was a little longer than it should have been, but until next time, you all have a good one.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!